All right, could I have everyone's attention, please? Thank you. I want to first make sure that my court reporter can hear me.
I can.
Yes, is this Ms. Bench?
Yes, it is.
Hi, good evening. And good evening to everyone here. So if Ms. Bench, if you're ready to go, we'll go on the record. I'll take that.
I am ready.
Okay, I was going to say I'll take that as a yes. All right, so let's go on the record. Today is July 26, 2022. The time is 6:50 p.m. My name is Ken Sire. I am a regulatory law judge with the Missouri Public Service Commission and will preside over this hearing. The Commission has set this time for a local public hearing in file number WM-2022-0246, which is captioned as in the matter of the application of Rex Defenderfer Enterprises Incorporated, doing business as RDE Water Company, for authority to sell certain water assets to the city of Nixa, Missouri, and in connection therewith, certain other related transactions. The Commission has scheduled this local public hearing to give members of the public a chance to comment about RDE Water Company's application. The Missouri Public Service Commission regulates the rates charged by public utility companies in Missouri to ensure that those rates are just and reasonable. The Commission also regulates the quality of service and safety of the operations of public utilities. RDE Water Company is a public utility under the Missouri statutes and as such is subject to regulation by the Commission. The Commission is made up of 5 commissioners. The commissioners are appointed by the governor to fixed terms and confirmed by the Senate. The commissioners employ a staff of engineers, accountants, attorneys, financial analysts, and other specialists in the field of utility regulation. At this time, would any of the commissioners that are online identify themselves, please?
Thank you, Judge. Commissioner Kochmeyer here.
All right. Thank you, Commissioner. This is an official hearing of the Missouri Public Service Commission, and the statements and testimony of witnesses will be recorded by a court reporter and must be given under oath. Once the hearing testimony is transcribed, the commissioners will have the opportunity to read all of the witnesses' remarks. Know that the commissioners value your comments and input. At this time, Commissioner Kochmeyer, would you like to make any opening remarks?
Yes, thank you, Judge. Appreciate everyone joining in this evening. We take all the public comments serious, so we appreciate you joining in this evening. So with that, thanks again, Judge.
Thank you. Well, as you probably know, there are attorneys here tonight representing the parties in the matter. For the record, would each of you identify yourselves and state which party you're representing?
My name is Eric Vandergriff. I work as a legal counsel with the Public Service Commission. My address is P.O. Box 360.
Judge Sire,
Uh-huh.
if someone is speaking, I can't hear them.
Okay, I think you need a green light there.
My name is Eric Vandergriff. I'm legal counsel.
Excuse me, Mr. Vandergriff. Can you hear him now, Ms. Bench?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Third time's a charm.
My name is Eric Vandergriff. I'm legal counsel with the Public Service Commission. My address is P.O. Box 360, 200 Madison Street, Jefferson City, Missouri, 65102. My phone number is 522-9524.
Nathan Williams, appearing on behalf of the Office of the Public Counsel and the public. My address is 200 Madison Street, P.O. Box 2230, Jefferson City, Missouri, 65102.
Anyone on behalf of RDE? All right. I'm sorry.
My name is Penny Speak. I'm an attorney with Healy Law Offices. I'm appearing here on behalf of Terry Jarrett. We represent RDE Water Company.
And how do you spell your last name?
S-P-E-A-K-E.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
All right, the way this portion of the hearing will proceed tonight will be to call the names listed on the sign-up sheet in the order that people signed up. There are 11 names on the list. When I call your name, please step up to the podium. Before you speak, I will place you under oath and ask you to state and spell your name, and then you can offer your comments to the commission. Also, and this is important, also please remain at the podium after your remarks, as there may be follow-up questions from Commissioner Kolkmeyer or one of the attorneys for the parties. Please understand that the commissioners won't be able to answer any of your questions today because they have to remain impartial and only consider evidence presented at the evidentiary hearing for this matter, should one eventually take place. The commission has not made any decisions in this case as to whether to approve the sale. The commission is interested in your comments and will use them to help make their decision. If you have questions after the hearing, you can use the same email address you likely used to register for this hearing, which is watersewercomments@psc.mo.gov for the commission's staff, and mopco@opc.mo.gov, for the Office of Public Counsel.
Judge, Commissioner Holzman's on.
I'm sorry?
I said Commissioner Holzman has joined.
Oh, good evening, Commissioner Holzman. All right, so the first name I have on the list is Bob Rubino. Mr. Rubino, before you testify, would you raise your right hand, please? Do you swear or affirm that the testimony you give in this hearing shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
All right, thank you. You may proceed with your comments.
After listening to all the discussions and questions and answers being given here this evening, I have come to the conclusion the best opportunity for the RDE customers is to go ahead and agree to the sale, or I shouldn't say agree, it's basically recommend that the sale occur to the city of Nixa because of the options available other than the city of Nixa I do not find acceptable. So that's my comment.
Okay, are there any questions from the commissioners?
Judge Sire, could he spell his last name?
R-U-B, as in boy, I-N-O.
All right, no questions from the commissioners? All right, thank you, you're excused.
Thank you.
All right, next on the list is Steve King.
My questions were answered in the earlier segment. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Mr. King. And then next is Norm Stewart.
My questions were answered in the previous.
All right. Ms. Bench, did you hear that?
No, I didn't.
All right, the last two witnesses, Steve King and Norm Stewart, they both stated that their questions were answered during the question and answer portion, and so they don't wish to testify. All right.
Thank you.
Next on the list is Robert Turner.
I've also decided to not make a comment.
Okay. So no comment from Mr. Turner as well. Carol Hammond.
My questions were also answered previously.
Okay, excellent. And next is Mickey Dees.
My questions were
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Judge Sire, how do I spell her last name?
It's on the list as Dees. Is that correct? Correct. Okay. And the person before that is Carol Hammond, Hammond. All right. Next on the list is Tony Gilbert. All right. Is Mr. Gilbert here? All right. And then next is Kelly Rogers.
My questions were answered in the previous.
Okay. And so Mr. Rogers has stated that his questions were answered during the previous question and answer portion, and his last name is spelled Rogers, correct?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. And then next on the list is Diane Wallace. Is Miss Wallace here? All right. And then next is Jim Wade. All right, Mr. Wade. Would you raise your right hand, please? Do you swear or affirm that the testimony you give in this hearing shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
All right. Could you state and spell your name, please?
Jim Wade, spelled W-A-D-E, last name.
Okay. Then what would you like the commissioners to know?
Okay, my concern, most of them were answered previously, but I still have a concern about the difference in rates for a resident within the city limits of Nixa or one without. Or if I understand correctly, if you sign an agreement to annex your property in at some future date, that you have a reduction in your rate of approximately $9.46. Now, I'm questioning why there should be a difference in the rate. And is it legal?
Okay. All right. And Ms. Bench, did you get all that?
Yes.
Okay. All right, thank you. And like I had mentioned previously, I can't answer that question and the commissioners can't, but
Sure.
I do appreciate your comments.
Okay,
Anything else?
that's it.
Any questions from the commissioners? All right.
No questions, Judge. Thank you.
All right, thank you. All right, thank you. May be
Thank you.
excused. All right. Last name on the list that I have is Jim Kreider. All right. Good evening.
Good day. Yes,
And would you raise your right hand, please? Do you swear or affirm that the testimony you give in this hearing shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
All right. And would you state your name, please, and spell it?
My name is Jim, J-I-M, Kreider, K-R-E-I-D-E-R.
Okay. You may go ahead and proceed with your comments.
Yes, I thank you. I'm a lifetime resident of Christian County. I have a farm on the north end of the county with about 1.5 miles of RDE water main to my property. So I have some concerns that I'd like to voice. I'm also a neighbor to the proposed new city parks that are that have been donated by the Oaf family. So
I'm sorry, by the what family?
the Oaf, E-O-F-F. It's a family. That's a last name, Oaf family. So I'm going to be a neighbor to the city of Nixa quite a bit. And so my concern, first of all, I want to state that I am not opposed to this sale. But I have some very legitimate concerns, I believe. And it basically deals with what I'm going to say is people have heard it before many, many times, but it's taxation without representation. I've been in government for 30 years, and I've seen it many, many times where city councils such as Nixa that are elected, the mayor is elected, and residents of Christian County in the RDE water system, most of us, do not have a voice in those elections. Currently, we have a voice at the PSC when it comes to the water rates of the RDE Water Company. We can call the PSC, we can get representation from the Public Council. We have process, and I'm worried about the process here with the city of Nixa. I was involved back several years back with the City Utilities of Springfield and was part of the reason why they do have a representative at large on their utilities board. And I would highly recommend to the city of Nixa that they put a person on the city council, maybe a non-voting person, at large, because if this sale is approved of RDE water, if the sale is approved of the sewer system for Tuscany Hills, we are going to have many, many people that are going to be basically at the mercy of the city of Nixa.
Mr. Crider, I'm
yes.
sorry to interrupt, but
No.
I just want to make sure I understood what you said. You said there is, you were involved, and eventually there was a non-voting member on the utilities board of the city of Springfield?
Yes.
Okay, I wanted to make sure that's the word
Yes.
that you used. I couldn't quite understand it. Okay.
Yes, City of Springfield has a utility board.
Gotcha.
That deals with utilities, of course. But City of Nixa does not have that kind of board. It has a city council.
Mm-hmm.
And that's all great. But my concern is that who's going to take our call out in the county? I mean, we're represented by county commissioners. We're not represented by city council. We're not represented by the mayor of Nixa. So in the efforts of having a great water company, of eventually getting sewer out that way, I'm not opposed to this sale, but I am concerned for that reason that it's kind of taxation without representation. I love Nixa. I was raised here, went to school here. It's all good, but that's my concern.
Okay. Do the commissioners have any questions? Mr. Crider. All right. Thank you, Mr. Crider. You're
Thank you.
excused. Is there anyone else present who would like to offer their testimony who did not sign up on the list? All right. It does not look like there is anyone else that wishes to testify. Would any of the commissioners like to make any closing remarks?
Judge, this is Commissioner Holzman. Just want to thank everybody for taking their time to voice their opinions. We appreciate it, and we do listen. And thank you for running the hearing, and appreciate it.
Okay.
Judge, this is Commissioner Kochmeyer. I echo Commissioner Holzman's thoughts there. We want to thank everyone for attending the hearing this evening. So thank you, Judge.
Okay. And I'll coattail on that and say I would like to thank all of the participants today for their testimony, and even for those that are here just because they're interested and would like to be involved. If you have any additional comments, or if you know of someone who could not be present tonight but would like to comment, that person can make written comments by contacting the same email address used to register for this hearing, which is watersewercomments@psc.mo.gov, or the Office of Public Counsel at MOPS, well, I think this is wrong. Can you help me, Mr. Williams? I think in this portion of my page, MOPCO, correct? Public Counsel Office?
The best way to reach us by email would be opcservice@opc.mo.gov.
Okay.
It is in the notice.
OPC Service, okay. All right, and I would also like to thank the City of Nixa for the use of its council chambers and their assistance with this hearing. So if there is nothing further.
Judge, if I might?
Yes, Mr. Williams.
I'd like to thank the commission for holding this live local public hearing. We have something like 60 people in attendance here, and I want to make sure the commission understands that and our appreciation.
Okay. All right, thank you, Mr. Williams. Anything further? All right, Then this hearing is now adjourned and we're off the record.